Charizard and colorless Lugia decks are everywhere on the ladder and in tournaments, so if you like me are tired of facing these decks and losing to them, I have just the perfect deck for you today. It is using Alolan Vulpix V STAR, which is first attacked at 160 damage, and all Pokemon with abilities cannot damage it on the next turn. And Charizard, colorless Lugia, and even like Pal are playing pretty much solely attacking Pokemon with abilities on them. So those decks are totally shut down. So if we can achieve a board state with just one Alolan Vulpix sitting in the active spot with nothing else on the bench, there is nothing that our opponents can do at all. So here's the list I'll be using today. I'm using Arceus to try to power it up. We do have the Bibarel engine because like also Vulpix just won't cut it. Sometimes we'll have to go trade Arceus. So we have lots of disruption like Pat's the Peak, Judge, Iono to hopefully keep us in games if Vulpix is not enough. Poppy plus Radiant Greninja is a really cool combo to potentially snipe our opponent's Pokemon out of nowhere, especially good in close list. And Lost City can help remove threats that can't hit through our Vulpix. So like some decks like Gardevoir have like a Cresselia, for example, that can do pressure to our Vulpix, and they can reuse it a couple of times with Super Rod. But then if we just lost zone it one time, then they really don't have any outs to knocking out our Vulpix. So very fun deck. I feel like it's a great pick if you just like want to troll the ladder. A pretty solid anti-meta ladder choice, and hopefully we can get some games where we just totally get those Zard players to rage quit. Pretty solid hand to open up this first game. I guess like solid is like kind of general when you're talking about Arceus decks. We have Arc Attach. We have Radiant Greninja maybe to push a little bit deeper because we do have to look towards finding VSTAR. We'll be up against a single strike Lugia deck. Alright, that was not very useful, so let's just go ahead and use the concealed cards. I guess I can get down the Bidoof. Be able to draw some more cards next turn potentially. What's it called? The Vulpix will not be terribly useful in this matchup just because they have the Tyranitar that can just one-shot us, and it has no ability. It's much more useful against the colorless build of Lugia, because like everything in their deck has an ability. Tails, let's see, that could be the result that they were looking for. They could use Professor Burnett this turn. Looks like they might be doing that then. Or could be finding Iono, could be finding Research. It all depends on what their hand is looking like. They do find Professor Burnett, so they have the ideal Lugia turn 1. Double Archeops, there's not a whole lot more you can ask for. So what I want to do is, they're going to read the wind as well, putting Lugia in danger of getting hit, so that's interesting. Oh, where's my Collapse Stadium at? Collapse would be clutch. Why do they care about benching another Lugia? I don't understand that. So they're doing Ultra Ball. We know their hand's pretty cracked then. I want to Judge Path them this turn. Another Arceus is a solid find. So I'm going to go Arceus. I'll go to Poncho. I'll go ahead, attach the energy. I don't want to drop the Lost City or the Switch just because like I want to Path this turn. Perfect. Do I Iono Path? Nah, I want to Judge Path. Like I want to give them as few cards to work with as possible, because like Arceus is in like such a relatively weak position in this current metagame. It kind of has to like buy a little bit of time with Judge and Path the Peak just to keep in these games. Overall, not too bad of a hand. We can maybe find Skwovet next turn to be able to find some more cards, because really Lost City's not doing too much for us in this matchup. All the energy's down here. Just the issue is like once they load up a Tyranitar, what do we do? Like we have no way of one-shotting it, so we have to just like go. And like this probably should have been a Tyranitar instead of a Lugia V. Like now they don't have space for a Pumpkaboo, so I think there's an argument just to not benching anything at all. I guess like maybe they like commit energies with this. They just failed that Aroma. If they're just using Read of the Wind again. But so why would you ever fail an Aroma? Like, surely you have a bad, like, Yveltal or something, like, some like other Lugia V that you want to take out of the deck? Yeah, this is just, like, kind of a misplay by my opponent. Just, like, stay out the deck. But my opponent has to find Mesagoza or a Lost Vacuum to attack this turn. Because like using, what's it called? Using Collapse Stadium would limit them to only one Archeops, and that would present some interesting challenges for them. So I can get a couple prize cards ahead. Poppy is pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie, using Poppy is pretty sick. Because I can go 90-90, but it doesn't have great synergy with Arceus damage. So I think I'm just gonna Ultra Ball it out for now. We can grab the Skwovet and be able to see a few more cards at least this turn. Hopefully can get to a Judge. I'll just go ahead and drop this on a Bibarel just for the extra card. Alright, Industrious and Scissors. I still want to play Iono just with how big their hand is. Just feel like it makes sense. Like there's decently high chance that they have everything that they need there in that hand, so I could just play Switch, but I don't really need to, so we'll just take this knockout. No energies there. Actually, no, there's no Super Odd in the deck, so that makes things a little bit scary. So those first two prizes were pretty easy, but finishing this game is going to be very challenging because like we have Boss that could KO a Lumineon. But we don't have the two-shot pretty much anything else, and they have all sorts of one-shot potential. There's Radiant Arena. I don't know why they're benching that. About really making some questionable choices, I think. They just have nothing going on, but like, why would you bench that? Is it worth it to rope? Actually, just like switch, hit for, because like as it stands, I'm hitting for 150. I'll go down to 130. That doesn't really matter too much, I guess. I'll do this, and I'll put the V-Guard on so T-Tar has a tougher time one-shotting it. And we'll Nest Dash. And there's a Nest Ball. I think I'll just get the third Arceus down just for like a Cheren's Care targets. Because we'll be attacking with 3 Arceus this game. If we need it, of course. My opponent's been really I've had lots of difficulties with that path to the peak. I could Iono, but I'm definitely not, just with how poor they've been drawing this game. So punch them for 170. I'm just like on the hunt for Bossasaurus. I really haven't seen too many of those. I don't think I've seen one this game, period. So now actually we have kind of a fighting chance here. Like even if my opponent finds a knockout, which isn't too unrealistic, but they literally just need to find Mesagoza, even Collapse Stadium, like Pumpkaboo. I was like benching that Zara was just kind of questionable, just because like it means Collapse Stadium is so much worse, and it means Pumpkaboo is so much worse. It just like decreases your amount of outs. Okay, retreating back into the Stone Journer. See, yeah, absolutely bodied for benching this Arena. So yeah. They can use the Stone Journer, but now they can't power up a Tyranitar all in one turn. So, I mean, we are all sorts of lucky this game. Not only did my opponent just really struggle into that Judge path, which will happen from time to time, my opponents did definitely overbench that Zarina. There's like really no point in that. Like Elegant Heal is definitely not more relevant than an Archeops. Okay. We still haven't won yet. So. But how are they knocking this guy out? Are they knocking this guy out? Because like I just put the V-Guard here. And I'll put it down there, I think. Play Nest Ball, just take stock of what's in here. Melony would be good. Swordage wouldn't be too bad. Do I have anything I want to Pal Pad back in there? I don't think so. So let's just play Skwovet. And Iono or Judge would be solid this turn. Just Ultra Ball. So let's just Industrious. Alright, well, we found the Iono. We found an Ultra Ball, so we can thin out the deck. Actually evolve this into an Arc VSTAR. It's just going to be so challenging for my opponent to close things out with just one Archeops in play. Like, normally, if Tyranitar is like threatening one-shots, then there's not much we can do about it. Also, they didn't put gift energy on the Stern Journer, which is like sort of weird. So like they can't refill their hands. They're gonna need to find an urn just to be able to swing with this. And like putting double DC on Lugia swinging for 180 is kind of an L. Like I'm just taking 2 prices right back. Or that's not getting you back into the game. So yeah, I think my opponent's win condition is benching Tyranitar, putting a couple energies on it, and then just like hoping that I can't find boss to close out this game. So yeah, it's kind of a scuffed win con for sure. Putting the V-Guard down there too. They like don't even have T-Tar. Did they actually play research? They don't want to bench them as a Goza? Alright, well there's the Tyranitar. We're gonna see, I assume Primal Turbo for double single strike energy onto it. I guess I don't have another Arceus loaded up yet. I do have Super Rod though, so I can chuck in like 2 water energies, be able to load up second Arceus, and then like, as long as I can find boss to pull up Lumineon, like why wouldn't you bench the Mesa Goza? I'm so happy to show off a game like this though, because like it just shows how powerful Judge Path is. Like yeah, my opponent probably could have played things better, but it's okay. I'm just gonna drop the Lost City because like I just don't care. I guess kind of scuffed because now they can collapse off one of their guys. So maybe I'm being a little too cautious and a little too reckless here. Like I don't need to do too much to win this game. I gotta find boss. Alright. Dang, I just drew all my water energies. That's a little annoying. I'm like not putting the DT on here because then they could put V-Guard on Lumineon, then I couldn't knock it out. I guess like I always could Gust to knock this out too, so yeah, shouldn't matter at this point, but like maybe they get like collapse off this V-Guard here, and I can they're able to put the other single strike energy in Zach. Put the gift down there. So that's not V-Guard, so we just have to find boss, which is just like really weird to be like not seeing boss this game like at all. We had boss in our hand like at one time, and we've seen basically the entire deck. Alright, once putting all the single strike energies on, and it's gonna crush for the big one-hit knockout. Just thinning out the Cobalion. So I still could lose this game. It's not totally in the bag yet. Vulpix is absolutely no help. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'll grab a barrel, just Skwovet it to the yeah. We'll do this. Play Skwovet. Hopefully, oh, if we don't get there, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, goodness. Please, deck. Okay, I was like literally the very last card in the hands. Deck was trying to throw, but we're still gonna get there in a super scuffed game over single strike Lugia. Know what you're thinking, Blitzle. We all know by now Judge Path is good. Show us the Vulpix. That's what we came here for. You put on the thumbnail and everything. All right, I got you. We're against a Charizard deck. I have pretty awesome hands. Judge Path. Gonna charge onto a Vulpix. They just draw pass. Wow. Do I even want to do anything? Yes, I think. I don't think I need to draw Path. Hopefully my other Vulpix is not prized. Alright, good. Charizard do be that way sometimes, I guess. But I'm definitely not playing Judge. And I'll just keep the Arceus VSTAR, get the Vulpix fully set up. Oh man, imagine if we got the solo Vulpix turn too, like I was playing the Volo and everything. Honestly, I think there's definitely situations where Volo is better than Cheren. Not always better, but like, if we get solo Vulpix down, the game's pretty much over. They do have, of course, experiments. So we'll see what build of this Charizard it is. Could be could still be Lost Box Charizard. With the heavy Ultra Balls, I'm kind of doubting it. Yeah, it looks like probably Arceus. Yes, it is. So they do have Arceus V that can punch into our Vulpix. So we have to keep that in mind. They did get the Arceus down pass. They have a much better turn. Oh my goodness, top deck the Vulpix. The deck is insane. I don't also want to use Starbirth. Like, I don't really need a whole lot, but I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll get I'll go ahead and grab the Poncho and the V-Guard. Just like I can Poncho the Vulpix. Really what I do not want to happen is my opponent gusts it up before like I'm ready for them to. Like I want to be the one who attacks first with Snow Barrage. I don't want my opponent to punch it first. So I'll just Trinity Nova, take out that Charmander. Honestly, we can probably just put these two in play. Actually, like, could we on like maybe we should just go like Greninja Poppy, or is that too risky? I had no energy in hand, so I couldn't have quite got there. Okay, I'll just hold off for now. My opponent has a lot of work cut out for them, which is 4 cards in hand to pass the peak and play, staring down an Arc VSTAR and Vulpix. But of course, if they have Stadium Bounce and Arceus, I think gets them pretty far. They promoted the Charmander. I have that Stadium Bounce. They're dropping Lost City, so fine by me. There's Ultra Ball. That gets them our Arc V-Stars. They were not too bothered by our Judge, but like Ultra Balling, having to ditch that Super Rod is pretty big. I mean, imagine if that last card in hand is like a Research or something. Okay, probably not if they're using Starbirth. So what are they Starbirth for? Because like Candy Zard ensures attack, but then they probably have nothing else going on in that hand. And if you just go for it, like Research, try to draw a ton of cards and hopefully get there, always a chance that you miss and you're in an even worse spot. They looks like they're just gonna go for the Charizard. This is where I like play Cheren, Lone Vulpix wins. So I'm probably just gonna go switch. Oh, what? You definitely should Iono first before you. Okay, you only would Iono second if you had like one of the candy. Maybe they had like Candy or Zard in hand and wanted to find a supporter too. But like if you Starbirth for Candy Zard, like at least play the Iono first, and maybe you hit one of those pieces and can Starbirth for a more useful card. Okay. Opponent just swings for 210. I'm gonna play an Ultra Ball. I'll just so I can. I'll get the Greninja for my hand because like Poppy could be interesting. I'll use Melony just for more cards. Kind of sad when you need Melony for more cards, but this is just where we're at. I don't mind just like hitting with Arc. Like that really puts the ball in my opponent's court here to like really do something, or this Vulpix is gonna go crazy. So yeah, I'm just fine with this. Like Trinity Nova for 180. Like what do you do about it? Like okay, you can like rope punch Vulpix maybe. I'm gonna put the 2 bonus energies on the Vulpix just so like Poppy Greninja is an option. I'm not just like leaving this Vulpix without stuff. Like there's a Pidgey on the board. Just Alloutblitzle pro tip of the day: do not play 50 HP Pidgey. All for Family is pretty good, but it kind of defeats the purpose of playing a 70 HP one if Lost Mine can just knock out both your guys regardless. Oh, if my opponent has Bell, bro, that'd be so nasty. Maybe I definitely did not think this through all the way. If they have Bell and can just take this knock, that'd be really sketchy. But even just hitting for 180, steady fire breathing just 30. Ah, took the Cheren away from me. Absolutely stream sniping me. How they could be stream sniping me when I'm not streaming? I don't know, just sounded good. Alright, Nest Ball. Yeah, I could have benched the Greninja, so like they could rope into that. They benched the Radzard. And they'll probably punch for 210. So bro, where's my Hyper Pot right about now? We're still fine. We're still fine. Okay. I'm just like trying to think of like how we go about this. We're definitely using Snow Mirage. Do I even play the Iono, or do I just like hold boss to potentially chase energy attachments? I think so, honestly, because like I don't want them to just. Or does boss KO bench Charmander? Yeah, I think we're gonna do this. Just because they could like load up, they could have a Charmeleon going, but like also with 30 HP left, they could go like Candy Zard and load up another Charmander, and then just use the Charmander attack to knock me out. So now they have double Charmander in the Lost Zone. Some lists just play 3, so that could be all of them. Most likely is 4. Actually, no, there's one in the discard pile. So if my opponent has another escape rope, that'd be super and just so annoying. Oh, please don't tell me there's a double rope. So yeah, all my opponent's Charmanders are gone, and they have like one super odd down already. But if they have rope, it's like not going to matter too much. Also, by carrying that Charmander, I get put back on even prizes. Nova or Snow Mirage to KO this one. This is kind of scary. Do they have a second rope? Choice Bell? And a pass. What do we do from here? I don't understand. Are you like trying to go get it? Do I just bench the Greninja so there's like no like stupid rope boss play? Probably. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. I can Ultra Ball, thin the deck out. And like also just having the Greninja on the board makes being able to use Poppy so much easier. Let's just grab Barrel. And then let's like there's still only 3 prize cards on the board. They like still have to get through this Vulpix to win. I really didn't see a whole lot. I don't know if I even want to play Pal Pad either, so we can just Snow Mirage for 160. Pidgeot's just so broken. Just being able to like find any card you need at any given point is pretty nasty once you set up. Like that's like what's one of the hardest reasons why this Charizard deck is like so difficult to tackle is like as early as turn 2. They have access to every single card in their deck, so you can't really Iono them. Like they have all sorts of crazy combo potential, just because they have a computer search every single turn. So is my opponent gonna take 2 prizes this time, or are they just gonna keep chilling? Because like I'm like slowly, Vulpix is slowly working them down. Nest Ball, what is that getting? Manaphy? Okay, they're playing around the Poppy, I guess. But like also, who really cares? Like it's not really super useful right now. So they're gonna Burning Darkness for the knockout. 270 damage to my poor Arceus. I feel like if they would have had second rope, they would have used it, right? I just use Snow Mirage. Like, they shouldn't be able to hit through me. They have 3 Charmanders in the Lost Zone. So, like, their energy acceleration's, like, non-existent at this point. I'm a boss away from winning, so probably should have used Pal Pad. Okay, Poppy was prized anyway. Great job checking me. I probably should use Pal Pad to put 1 more boss orders in circulation. Like, if they would have had Path to the Peak, they surely would have dropped it by now. if they would have had another rope, they would have dropped it by now. So yeah, there's an Iono, so kind of have to hope for the best here. I guess I could just drop Bidoof. Like, they don't have another rope. They can't damage me still. I don't know what they're doing. They think this is only like V's or EXs and stuff? Like, no. And they just concede. Vulpix is absolutely busted in the Charizard matchup. I wonder if I've made any other videos about decks that are really good against Charizard. Well, if I have, it'll be on screen right here. You better go check it out.